So yesterday's, we had like number, letter, multiply. We didn't have any quantities like x plus 2x. So you have to get the common denominator. And I told them yesterday that I wanted to see this off to the side. And if I didn't see this, I was going to get angry and give them a 0. Because if you don't show this, you're going to screw it up. And then people didn't show that, and then guess what? They screwed it up. Irks me. Common denominator. If I have a 2 and a 3, 6. So 6, 6. And then I have a 1t and a 1t. What's more? 1 or 1? 1. You only need to have the most number in 1. So I only really need to have 1t. Now we have to do the equivalent fraction thing where we ask to go from here to here. What did you multiply by? 3. That means you have to multiply the top by 3. But what I would like you to do is just leave it. Don't multiply it out. Leave it for now. Same thing with this one. What did you multiply by? 2. So on top, I'm going to multiply by that same thing by 2, but I would like you to just leave it. And the reason is, over here, when you go to put your equivalent fractions in, this one, take away, the other one is this. If you multiply it out right away, you're going to screw this part up. Everybody usually remembers to get this one, but they always forget the second one is minus. So I would prefer that you leave it like this and multiply it out in a minute. What do you do with the common denominator? Nothing. You'll leave it as 6t. It's this thing minus that stuff. Now multiply it out. Now multiply it out. And I apologize, look at, I ran out of room, but now we can multiply it out. What do you get? 3x minus 12. And then be careful, it's minus 2t. And then what do you get here? Plus 12. And then you can combine the like terms. Oops. I think I made a mistake. Now you can combine. They should be like terms, except I made a mistake. 3t take away 2t. T. I got a negative 12 and a positive 12. Nothing. Alex, can I cancel those? Can I cancel those?
Which one?
The ones we were just writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I end up with for my answer?
1/6.
1/6. Now, that was yesterday's. Is everybody okay with that? That was yesterday's. Today's, oh, what fun. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Oh, settle down now, settle down. Oh, this is exciting. You ready for it? like that? Well, yesterday's assignment, it was all just multiplying on the bottom. There was no adding and subtracting on the bottom. But now I've got adding and subtracting, adding and subtracting. I don't want adding and subtracting. I only want multiply. So guess what we're going to have to do? What did you say? Oh, such a good boy. Factor it. Factor it. Can you help me? 3 and 2? He said plus 3 minus 2. Yeah? And what about this one? Here, I can do this part. That has to be 2 and 1. So what I really have, instead of that thing, what I really have is 3 over and minus 2 over, and from that, we have to get a common denominator. You know, like we had a 2 and a t and a 3 times a t. Now we have this thing and this thing. And we have to find our common denominator with those whole big factors. So, I'm going to go over here. Hopefully this marker works better. I got to find my equivalent fractions. Will you make sure I copy them right, please? So, and remember over here, just one bit of advice. When I had a 2t and a 3t, a t and a t, how many of those did I need in my common denominator then? If I only had 1 and 1, I only needed 1 in my common denominator, right? So now, instead of a t, I've got this whole big thing. That's like my t. My t is now an x plus 3. So what am I all going to need in my common denominator? I'm going to need one of those. I have an x minus 2. I have one of those and one of those. That's like the t down there. I have a t and a t. I only need one of those then, right? I need an x minus 2. Is that it?
Minus 1.
Right. I need an x minus 1 as well. Remember, I have one of those and none of those. What's more, 1 or none? 1. Oh. Now that we have the common denominator, now we have to say, what did I multiply this side by to get this thing? I have this, but I need an x minus 1. Agree? Agree? So on top, I'm going to need an x minus 1, and I would like it if you didn't multiply it out. Same thing on the bottom. Look at this side. What do I have to multiply by to get this side?
X plus 3.
X plus 3 I need. So on top, I'm going to also need the x plus 3. And I would really like it if you would just leave it like this. So there's my 2 equivalent fractions. No matter which way I go, I usually will always run out of board. So I'm going to put them underneath here. This one, 3x minus 1. See that? That's the equivalent fraction from over there. The second one down, 2 times an x plus 3. X plus 3, x minus 2, x minus 1. Right so far? All I did was take this and replace it with the equivalent, this and replace it with the equivalent. Now, next thing, I'm going to write it all over my common denominator. And remember, what do you do to your denominator? Say nothing. I don't do a darn thing to it. I'm going to leave it as x plus 3, x minus 2, x minus 1. And on top, I would like it if you didn't do anything to that either. A 3 times x minus 1, take away 2 times x plus 3. You know, the more you try to cram into one step, the more likely you are to make a mistake, right? Now is when I would like you to multiply that out. What do you get? Is that 3x take away 3? What do you get? Don't forget it's negative 2. Negative 2x and what? Minus 6. All over x plus 3, x minus 2. Like that. Now you can combine up your numerator. This and that. Is that just 1x? Negative 6, negative 3. Cool. After all that, we can't even cancel anything. I wonder if I screwed it up somewhere. Can I cancel the x's? No, because it's minus and plus, right? You can only cancel x's if it's times. Like over here, it was 6 times t, then we could cancel. But if it's x plus something, then you can't. And if it's x minus something, you cannot, right? So I'm pretty sure that's as far as we can go. That's your answer. Whew. I figure you have time to do about 25 of these today, right? Not. Oh yeah, that's what they got too. That's what they got right here. Their denominators, these are in a different order, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. Are you crying, Maddie? No, sorry. Whew. So are we good? Do you think I need to do another one? Oh, thank you. Whew. So we'll do a couple. How about 21 to 28 and we'll call it a day? 237. I got page 237. Oh, wait, I forgot to ask. Questions? Are there any questions? Does anyone have a question? What did I say? 21 to 28? Yes. 21. Do you need my help right away?
For the other assignments.
Okay, let me shut my video off. No telling what Maddie's gonna do over here on my video. Yes.